People like us have been told the same 3 lies over and over again, and there's a really strong possibility that these lies have cost you millions of dollars in personal income over the course of your career. What's the first lie? The first lie is great products, ideas, solutions, services, well, they sell themselves, don't they? Absolutely not. Far too often we're told that if we just have the right idea, the right product, or we work for the right company, people will come calling us wanting to buy it. Unfortunately, it just doesn't happen that way. You still need to sell even the best ideas, the best products out there. You need to understand how to sell them, because nothing on this planet sells itself. Here's the second lie. Being great at sales is some sort of popularity contest or being in the right place at the right time. Have you ever heard that one before? Nothing could be further from the truth. The people at the highest level of sales, the people making the highest level of income, well, they follow a really simple process. It's not luck, and it's certainly not about being popular or being outgoing or being an extrovert. Our research shows that introverts sell just as much as extroverts. It's all about following a very specific sales process. Which brings me to lie number 3, and this one kills me. Products like yours, solutions, services like yours, well, they're just too complicated, they're too complex, these deals are too big to follow a simple, straightforward process that's actually repeatable, that you can do the same things every time over and over again. Kind of like how a pilot lands an airplane. Can you imagine getting on an airplane if the pilot was like, my job's pretty complex, I just kind of have to make it up as I go along on every single flight? You would run for the doors and get off the plane. Yet unfortunately, so many of us are managing our careers that way. We're managing our companies that way. We're making it up as we go along, and we're not following a very specific, straightforward, step-by-step process. When you're ready to take your career to the next level, when you're ready to take your team to the next level, you have to have a process. The same way a pilot has a process for taking off and landing an airplane. It's not any different. Now my question to you is that your story? Do these lies kind of hit home with you? Or maybe are you questioning them, saying, hey, I've tried a process. My company's provided training where I've read some sales books and it just doesn't work. Maybe you're starting out your career, or you're an entrepreneur and you've got a great idea and you've tried these things and you're just not able to get the sales that you thought you would. Or maybe you're a little bit further down the line and you've been in business for a while, or you're managing a team and you just can't figure out how to take things to the next level. Well, I've been exactly where you're at right now, and I've coached thousands of people to take their careers to the next level. And let me tell you, I'm pretty certain what's going on with your situation. It's not you, it's not your products, it's not your ideas, it's not your team. It's not that you just have to spend another gajillion dollars on marketing next month. You need a better process. But unfortunately out there, what most people do is we go and read some sort of sales book, but we can't meet with that author every week. We can't ask them questions, or we just continue to go through those same rehashed corporate sales trainings, which are so complicated. You know the ones, you've got the circular pivot tables, and you spend more time trying to figure out what stage your deal is in than actually moving it forward, than actually helping your clients make a decision to do business with you. I've been there. I've sat through all of those trainings before. I've been to every single seminar out there, and I know how frustrating it can be. And I'm gonna tell you right now, there's a better way. Sales does not have to be this difficult for you. Sales does not have to be this complicated for your team. There's an easier way. You don't have to feel like you're being pushy. You don't have to feel like you're being manipulative. You don't have to try and remember 452 different clever comebacks to every single objection or piece of resistance that you get. There's a much simpler process out there, but know this, no matter where you go in your career, you have to have a process. So if your process isn't working right now, find a new one. And if you don't have a process right now, get one. Right about now, you're probably asking yourself, who is this person and Why does he think he knows so much about sales? My name is Matt Easton. I'm the founder of Easton University. What we do is sales coaching. It's coaching, it's interactive. We help you sell more in less time with less effort. There's not all these complicated pivot tables, but it is a process. And it's a simple process that you can follow step by step by step. People like you that go through Easton University become certified master sales consultants. What does that mean? It means that you can build your pipeline, that you can prospect without having to feel like you're lucky or in the right place at the right time. It means that you can close deals and move deals forward without being pushy or manipulative. It means that you can handle any complaint or objection without trying to overcome it with some witty, clever, pushy, or manipulative comeback. It means that you can handle any meeting, handle any phone call, that you can prospect, negotiate, close. Everything that you need to do in order to take your career where you want it to be is covered in Easton University, and it's coaching. There's not just on-demand coaching. We've got a lot of that. There's over 700 lessons that you can take. There's live coaching as well, where I'm gonna work with you every single week to answer your questions, to help you get better. Easton University covers everything. It's more than just a platform. It's more than coaching. It's your future. And I want to help you get there a lot quicker. You might be asking yourself, where did this information come from? Where do they come up with this coaching if it's really that effective? And in order for you to understand that, I think it's important for me to take you back through my life, and most importantly, 3 different chapters in my life, so you can understand how this sales coaching came to be. Chapter number 1, when I was a kid, I had it tough, as maybe some of you did. I had a mom trying to raise 2 boys on, get this, I am not kidding you, $4,000 a year, right? So we didn't have a lot of money. We didn't have the clothes, the food, the toys that other kids had. And I figured out pretty early in life that I needed to make some drastic changes if I wanted to break out of poverty. So what did I do? I started to seek out anybody that I could find that had success, that had money, that had been to college, and I asked them questions. Why do you do what you do? How did you set your business up? Everybody from inventors to entrepreneurs to presidents, CEOs of companies, board members, lawyers, anybody I could find. I was the inquisitive kid asking them, hey, how did you do that? Why did you do that? And I learned a lot. It became really easy for me to start to see some patterns in all of these successful people. They all seem to kind of ask the same questions, set goals in the same way, handle difficult situations in very, very similar ways. When you simply ask questions, you can start to see patterns in the answers, and that's exactly what I saw as a teenager. Now, I was able to take that information and start some pretty good businesses. Local newspapers and stations started to talk about some whiz kid that was able to start these businesses. And after college, Fortune 500 companies came knocking, and I was able to get hired like that. But now we entered chapter 2, and I started to notice something was wrong with the sales training out there. Even though I was Rookie of the Year my first year in corporate sales and the #1 salesperson at every company that I worked at every single year, I was crushing quota like you wouldn't believe. What I started to notice was this. All of the corporate training that I went through, and I went through a lot, probably hundreds of thousands of dollars worth. Every book that I was told to read, and I read a lot, in all of those situations, most of the information that I was getting was either out of date, out of touch, way too complicated to use, or simply just didn't work. I ended up trying to depend back on the things that I had learned from my mentors as a teenager in order to be successful. The more I tried to implement these traditional sales trainings, the more I felt like I had anchors attached to me, the more it weighted me down. So I thought to myself, there must be a better way. It must be that I just haven't been through the right corporate training. So out of my own dime, I read every single book that you could read. I went to every single seminar, event, or gathering that I could on sales, and unfortunately it was more of the same. About 85 to 90% of the information I paid to receive, I could not implement in my day-to-day sales practice. But I still made it through. And after 15 years in corporate sales, I decided, hey, it's time to go back to being an entrepreneur. Which brings you and I to this third chapter. Now as an entrepreneur, I was able to take everything that I learned from my mentors as a teenager and all of the information that I learned from reading just about every single sales book and being through every single sales corporate training that you could take, but I was able to rip out all the unuseful stuff, all the overcomplicated stuff. I was able to distill that down into the most powerful pieces, the most powerful bites, and combine that with the information that I learned at a very early age about how to communicate, what questions to ask, how to set goals, how to move deals forward. And I was able to create the perfect sales process. Now, I want to make sure that we're clear. This process did not just work for me. This process has worked for thousands of people just like you. You can watch video testimonials from them right here on the website. This system works. And it works because it's more than a book. It works because it's more than a platform. It works because it's more than some sort of live seminar where you've got to spend 3 days trying to drink from a fire hose. And we know what happens when you drink from a fire hose, don't we? You spill most of it. You have to have a coach. You have to follow a system. And you have to be able to ask your coach questions and get feedback on a very regular basis. And that's what we've built for you right here at Easton University. You're going to have access to the platform. There is over 700 on-demand video lessons where I'm going to be working with you just like we're speaking right here, right now. And then every week, you're going to be able to work with me in a live environment. Hey, I'm struggling with this. I can't close this deal. I've been sending the same email out and I never ever get a response. I will be your coach. I will help you get to where you want to go. All of our unlimited access memberships, no matter if it's for yourself or a group, they're month to month. There's no commitments. If you have any questions at all, you can call us at 800-628-1456. But I want you to be certain that this coaching connects with you. So what I've done is I've created some sample lessons on the website. You can go through a few of those. In these sample lessons, you're gonna even be able to sit in on a recent live coaching session that we have. And by the way, if you take notes, I guarantee you, just watching a little bit of that live coaching, you're gonna close 2 to 3 deals this week. You're also gonna be able to jump in and see some of the on-demand lessons, including information on closing, on understanding your prospects' wants and needs. By the way, that is something that all of us get wrong, and it's so easy to fix. I will fix it for you. There's even a sample lesson on how you should never, ever, 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 ever use the F word with your prospects. And by the way, it's not what you think. You're gonna love that one. Pop in, check out the sample lessons. I'm sure that it will connect with you. And when you're ready, when you want to take things to the next level, I want you to hit the subscribe button and join unlimited access. I have been where you are at. I understand how to coach you, how to get you to where you want to go. I can help you. I can help your team. I just need you to give us a shot. I need you to understand that it's not you. It's not the economy. It's not your competition. It's not your pricing. It's the fact that you haven't followed the right process. And the right process can be simple. The right process can be easy. It doesn't have to be complicated, and you don't have to feel like you're pushing people to do business with you. I want to teach you that process. Easton University is more than a platform. It's more than live coaching. It is your future, and your future starts right now. If you have any questions at all, my people are in a hurry to help you. You can reach us at 800-628-1456.